On March 5, 2021, staff at the Albuquerque International Sunport parking garage discovered a smell so foul it couldn't be ignored. It was coming from a pickup truck abandoned in the far corner of the lot. When officers arrived to investigate, what they found inside was beyond even their worst expectations.
Kind of smells. Kind of smells, but I mean, not to like decompose or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was here yesterday as well, I believe.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, there was once the same vehicle here yesterday.
Alright. Yeah. So they maybe left and came back then. It's how it's shown to the car.
So there's a pretty foul smell coming from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Every so often. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I can't really tell what it was. It didn't really sound like. I can't really think it smelled like decomp body or something like that, but I don't know. But yeah, I can smell something, but I can't really tell what it was. It also smells like dirty.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd and out of place, especially with all the Tupperware in there. And
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
4 decomposing bodies stuffed into plastic storage bins. But this horrifying scene was only the beginning of what investigators would uncover. Within days, their search for the truck's owner led them across state lines, unraveling a dark and twisted story of betrayal, revenge, and cold-blooded murder. At the center of it all was Sean Lannon, a 47-year-old man who appeared unremarkable to neighbors, a quiet father who had recently separated from his wife. But beneath his calm exterior hid a rage that had been simmering for years. When police finally arrested Sean Lannon in Missouri just 3 days later, he immediately confessed not just to these 4 murders, but to another brutal killing in New Jersey days before. And then he said something that would haunt investigators long after he was in custody. He claimed to have killed 16 people in total. That number, 16, left officers scrambling to identify potential victims across New Mexico and New Jersey. Who was Sean Lannon? What drove him to kill so many people, including his own ex-wife, and then boast about it so casually? Was his claim of 16 victims true, or was it a manipulative ploy to control the narrative even from behind bars? This is not just a story about murder. It's a story about secrets, twisted justifications, and the terrifying reality that someone you once trusted could turn into a killer overnight. Stay with us as we unfold the chilling story of Sean Lannon, the serial killer who almost slipped through the cracks of America's justice system. Sean Michael Lannon was born in New Jersey, where he spent most of his childhood. As a teenager, he reportedly struggled with mental health issues, including depression, which went untreated for years. He rarely spoke of his childhood, except to mention that it wasn't easy. In his late 20s, Sean moved to New Mexico, hoping for a fresh start. There, he met Jennifer Lannon. She was kind, smart, and supportive, and soon they were married. Together, they built a life in Grants, New Mexico, and had children. To outsiders, they looked like a stable family. But Sean and Jennifer's marriage was far from perfect. Arguments were frequent, and there were rumors of infidelity on both sides. By early 2021, the couple had separated and Jennifer was staying with friends while still trying to co-parent their kids. Despite his quiet demeanor, Sean's mental state was deteriorating. He became paranoid about Jennifer's relationships and jealous of the men she spent time with. He felt like he was losing everything: his marriage, his family, his sense of control. Few knew the extent of his anger until early 2021, when his actions would reveal the darkness lurking beneath his calm surface. By then, it was too late for anyone to intervene. Sean Lannon was about to embark on a killing spree that would shock 2 states and leave investigators questioning how a man could carry so much hatred within him.
Hello?
Hey, is this Sean?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sean, this is Detective Turney. How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I've been trying to get a hold of your other number, and it's not working. So,
No, I apologize. Sorry.
so you know anything new?
No, I haven't heard anything. Nope.
Okay. Are you still around town?
No, I'm in Albuquerque.
Okay. How's the kids doing?
They're doing good. They're doing good. Just yeah, upset looking.
Are- And you're living with
Crying a little bit.
and you're living with D again, or still?
Yep.
Okay. No, we've made some progress here and there. I've got a bunch of pictures of different vehicles. I'd like you to take a look at, see if you could help me identify them.
Good time tomorrow. I wanted to come in and I can I still have like stuff I got to return to the school.
Okay.
Or-
Tomorrow would be great. Just give me a heads up anytime.
You got it. All right, boss.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Apologize for the phone issue. I didn't.
We're good.
The other one was technically the one left that we had. So.
Okay.
Yep. Alrighty. Apologize
All right. What? Any idea what time tomorrow?
In the afternoon, I got to get a ride. So.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Just make sure the kids are taken care of, and we'll go from there.
You got it.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Sean Lannon's killing spree unfolded over the course of 2 months in early 2021. It began with his ex-wife, Jennifer Lannon, who he accused of having an affair with a man named Justin Mata. According to his confession, Sean invited Jennifer over to their home in Grants, New Mexico. They spoke about their relationship, and at first she thought they were reconciling. But when Sean confronted her about Mata, an argument escalated into violence. In a fit of rage, he attacked and killed her. But the nightmare didn't end there. Sean then lured Justin Mata to the house under the pretext of discussing matters with Jennifer. When Mata arrived, Sean ambushed and killed him too. Shortly after, Matthew Miller, another acquaintance of Jennifer's, was also invited over. Sean killed him in cold blood, believing he was another threat to his fractured marriage. The details of these killings remain disturbing. Sean dismembered the bodies and stored them in plastic bins in the garage while deciding what to do next.
These missing people. You know that, okay? Everybody is a suspect, okay? Everybody. I deal with suspects, witnesses, and victims. Everybody is a suspect, okay? And it is my job to take the suspects one at a time and rule them out.
Sounds good.
And I can't rule one out. I can't move on to the next one. I can only deal with one at a time. Okay? You are our suspect that I want to try and rule out. Okay? The things that you've told us, okay, I've completely ruled each one of them as just an outright lie. Okay? Because of the facts. I have surveillance all over this town.
Okay, cool.
Okay? I have surveillance all over this town. Alright?
Yeah.
Sean, step one.
Right.
Okay? Step one is to tell me where the bodies are. Step two, okay, is to tell me some kind of reasonable story of the truth.
Okay.
Okay?
And why is it? Oh, never mind. Go. Finish it.
Those are the steps.
Yep.
Okay, we all make mistakes. Okay? Right? And we all freak out. Okay? I don't think you're a killer. I don't think you're capable of purposely, deliberately killing somebody. I think you're a reasonable person. I think it was some kind of self-defense and or an accident. And you flipped out as anybody would and went and dumped their bodies because you didn't want to lose your kids.
Days later, Sean contacted Randall Apostolon, a local handyman and casual acquaintance. He offered him money to help move the bins out of his garage, claiming they contained trash and old belongings. When Randall arrived and realized what was actually inside the bins, he refused to help. Sean, fearing exposure, killed Randall on the spot. Now with 4 bodies in his possession, Sean loaded them into Randall's pickup truck. On March 5th, 2021, he drove the truck to the Albuquerque International Sunport parking garage and abandoned it there. For days, it sat unnoticed. But soon the smell of decay was too strong to ignore. When airport security investigated, they found the bins filled with dismembered remains. Officers arriving at the scene described it as the most gruesome discovery of their careers. But Sean wasn't done. After abandoning the truck, he fled New Mexico, driving across the country back to New Jersey.
What is it you, how and when, I told you what I knew, that's what I feel I gave you an honest answer. What is it that would cause you to think otherwise, that it wasn't true? What is it that you think that I lied about?
I know you're the last one who drove Matthew Miller's truck.
Okay,
I know you parked it where we found it.
yep.
That's all a lie. You lied to me about that.
What do you mean? That's where I put it. I told you where it was. It was there the last time I saw it. I told you in here, I told you I drove the truck.
You told me you drove the truck a few weeks prior and you went to Smith's and Walmart to get food and then you went back and drove and parked it at Kingman.
At McDonald's, yeah. That's
what
it,
you
that's the
said.
last time I drove it. And the kids were with me the whole time. That's it.
Okay. Every
Literally.
time, so there's surveillance video across the street from 817 Kingman. Incredible surveillance video.
Yeah.
We got everybody coming or going from that house. Everything that happens. Every vehicle that shows up. Right?
Yeah.
Every person.
Sound good?
Every time Matthew goes there,
Yeah.
he parks in front. When you're driving the truck, you back it in.
Okay.
Okay?
He started backing in because he wanted to pull that organ. And that's
He
the truth.
wanted to do what?
He wanted to load up that organ to sell it. The one that was, look at the picture like in front of the house. The big musical organ. Like I wasn't physically strong enough because I'm still recovering from the
Yeah.
sickness. But yep, pick it up. He wanted to take it up to Poland or somewhere and get money for it. So I was like, I'm not doing it, so I let him use my food card.
Okay.
I picked up supplies, and that's it.
Where's Matthew and where's Jennifer and where's Justin?
I don't have that answer for you. So, I'm not part of whatever disappearance they're on. That's not my thing. So, Matthew owed me $80 worth of something. I needed water. I needed a vehicle periodically. He drove me a few times. And I didn't even know he didn't have water until he said something about his grandmother. He got water from his grandmother one day. I was like, what was that?
And Jennifer and Justin ran off together.
Yeah.
And they got into this white car.
A white something, a 300 or something.
Yeah, there's no white car that ever goes to 817 Kingman.
Yes, there's a 87. There's a white 300 there.
Why would she take off and not take her phone?
She had a new phone. He gave her a brand new phone. When she left, she had a white iPhone, like a nice one, like a really nice phone. Yeah.
Why would she not take her other phone?
Because it's a piece of trash.
Why would she not call anybody? Why would his phone not be on and working? Why would
They
they
weren't
not
together.
service at all?
We weren't together. Like she physically was leaving with Justin. Like, I couldn't afford the shit.
Why would
He
she
was gonna
take
go.
her makeup?
She did take makeup. She took a whole bag. Yeah.
The big flower bag? Like the suitcase?
No, she had a backpack.
Backpack.
It's a backpack, a nice one, female. Yeah, she's always prepared. So.
Sean, I think you guys got into a fight. I think it was just self-defense. Justin came at you, something weird happened, and you were just protecting yourself and the kids. That's what I think happened. And somehow they died.
No, sorry. No, honestly. I didn't even get to go. I literally have no transportation. I barely fit this shit in the storage. Like if you're lucky to walk to the store, like, not that I went out it, but I walked to freaking Family Dollar to get water.
She wouldn't have left her kids like that, no.
I mean, she's done it half a dozen times. We've been divorced for 2 years. She's a third of Grant's. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Which is more of a reason for you to be very upset with her.
I was just disappointed, you know. I can't change her, but I couldn't make her homeless. Like, oh, that's my mom's and, you know, her mom's thing. I should have kicked her out, forced her out. Like, it's one thing to cripple somebody enough to not have anywhere to live, you know.
There on March 8, 2021, he went to the home of Michael Dubkowski, a 66-year-old man who had once mentored him as a child. According to Sean, Dubkowski had sexually abused him in his youth, and now Sean wanted revenge. He bludgeoned Dubkowski to death in his home, stole his car, and left. Within days, law enforcement across multiple states was searching for Sean Lannon, now linked to at least 5 murders. He was finally located in Missouri on March 10th, driving Dubkowski's stolen vehicle. When officers arrested him, they were shocked by his demeanor. He showed no remorse and casually confessed to killing 5 people. Then he said something that would change the course of the investigation entirely. He claimed he had killed 16 people in total. After his arrest, investigators from New Mexico, New Jersey, and Missouri began working together to unravel Sean Lannon's claims.
Can we get you anything? I know there's you bring your food, right? We're bringing you some McDonald's when it gets here. Like I said, we're kind of coming in middle of the road here. I just want to kind of talk to you some about some things that happened in New Mexico in general, but Albuquerque after the fact. You know, from wherever you're ready to begin, man. Like, I mean, I know you just kind of tell me how you got into New Mexico and how some of this went down.
I got a job assignment in Mexico 4 years ago. For the kids, nanny. The nanny was Diana. Sometime later, Jennifer comes. You know, Dee and Jennifer never get along. So at some point, Diana took a job with corrections and did that. Jen stayed at the house, failed out of rehab a couple times. Pretty much always had nanny off and on, covered on the kids. I worked a lot. Recently I lost my job after I got sick. Apparently I had endocarditis, a infection in my heart. Apparently there was a puncture in the lung at some point. I never knew it. Maybe that was the source. In the hospital, lost my job, came back. I wish I'd never walk again. Unemployment. Pretty much getting evicted and leaving the house. Plan was to get some nutrition, get the kids back safe. So, one day I took a walk at Walmart, put some dollar stroller, and to get groceries. Pretty good walk from where I lived on Kingman Avenue to Walmart. A half hour into the walk, I realized I didn't have my food card, so I turned around, came back, went in the front door, went down the hallway to get my food card on my dresser. I noticed it was quiet. Any of the kids opened the door, Jen and Chester in there. I knew we were divorced, whatever, but I was fucking ignorant. So I was like idiots. The kids grabbed my card. Justin said that they were with his girlfriend. I'm like, you gotta be an idiot. Your girlfriend, your wife's got my kids, so you got your girlfriend. So call the kids, nothing. Open the door, cross your mind. It's pile of blankets behind the blankets of the kids. Pick up. Pretty much like right on top of them, no response. Pick up, not breathing. Doesn't seem like she's breathing, so I'm flipping out. I put her against me, I could feel her. She got shallow breaths. Just tall ones. So I'm screaming at the two of them, like, what the fuck she did to the kids? And my arm. I got no pulse, no respirations. I'm flipping out, like, what the f you do? Justin's putting on his clothes, comes in like, done this 100 times, like, they're fine. I'm like, they're not fine, they're not breathing. What the f you do? So when they drugged them something in their medicine. Jen didn't think I was being serious. She comes in, looks at me, she grabs Sean Michael. She got on a pulse. She's not breathing on pulse. I'm like, I know. I check Sean. She's got a pulse. She starts saying that she killed the Garrison baby. That's it. We conceived Sean at Garrison Lake. It was our baby. Justin ran out the room, out the house immediately. At this point, we're just crying and holding the kids. Jen's adamant she's gonna overdose on the heroin. She kisses the kids on the forehead, all three of them. And says, I'll see you in a minute. She goes to draw up her shit. I put her on the couch in the living room. Positioned the couch at the door so that when the nanny got there in a couple hours, she could, so she opened the door, I would hit the couch and she'd have, she had blankets and pillows on her. I went back to the room. They said they also blew heroin smoke in their faces, so they didn't know if Narcan would work. We looked around the garage and I found one. Narcan was a single layer applicator. There's 2 kids. So I pretty much jerry-rigged something in about less than a minute. Took 2 sports cup straws, some duct tape, put them together, put them over the applicator, rolled their faces, bodies put together there, and I put in each one. I fired it off. Nothing happened. They assumed like I'd done it for other people. It was like immediate, they'd always pop up. So, I kissed him on the head and I told him I'd see him in a minute. And I went to the bedroom. Jen was already out with the heroin. It wasn't enough to take her life. So she wanted me to make sure she went too, for sure. Once I realized she was breathing, she wasn't gonna OD. I went in the other room, psyched myself up, repeating that kind of emotionally charged statement of, you killed the baby. So I had enough whatever to do it. Alright.
During interrogations, Sean described his killings with an unsettling calmness, providing details only the killer could know. His confession to the 5 murders was corroborated by physical evidence, but his claim of having killed 16 people raised even more questions. Detectives scoured missing persons reports in New Mexico, focusing on individuals who had disappeared between 2017 and 2021, the period Sean claimed his killings took place. They searched properties linked to Sean, including his previous residences and surrounding desert areas, but no further remains were found. Some officers believed his claim of 16 victims was an attempt to manipulate law enforcement, either to appear more powerful or to stall the investigation process. In New Mexico, prosecutors focused on building a strong case for the 4 murders committed there. Forensic teams analyzed the truck found at the airport, collecting DNA, fingerprints, and blood spatter evidence that confirmed Sean's confession. They also interviewed Jennifer's friends and family, building a timeline that aligned with Sean's version of events. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, detectives focused on the murder of Michael Dabkowski. They searched Dabkowski's home and seized evidence of the violent bludgeoning that ended his life. While Sean insisted the killing was revenge for childhood sexual abuse, Dabkowski had never been charged or investigated for such allegations. Prosecutors noted that even if the claim were true, it did not justify murder in the eyes of the law. One chilling detail investigators noted was Sean's lack of remorse. In interviews, he often smiled or laughed lightly while describing his actions, calling them necessary or something that had to be done. Psychologists later assessed him for antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic traits, and potential psychopathy, concluding he showed signs of all three.
Taking pleasure in it.
Authorities continued to investigate his claims of other killings, interviewing associates, checking travel records, and searching for links to cold cases. To this day, no additional victims have been confirmed beyond the 5 murders for which Sean was convicted. But for many involved in the investigation, a nagging question remains. Was Sean Lannon telling the truth about his body count? Or was it all part of his twisted need for control and attention? On March 10, 2021, 3 days after the gruesome discovery at the Albuquerque airport, and just 2 days after Michael Dabkowski's murder in New Jersey, authorities tracked Sean Lannon to Missouri. Using GPS data from Dabkowski's stolen car, highway cameras, and toll records, they pinpointed his location in a rural area near St. Louis. When officers approached the vehicle, they expected resistance. Instead, Sean Lannon surrendered without a fight. His demeanor was calm, almost eerily so, as officers handcuffed him and read him his rights. During transportation back to the station, Sean remained quiet, staring blankly out the window, as if already processing his next moves. At the station, detectives began their interrogation with questions about Michael Dabkowski. Sean quickly confessed to bludgeoning Dabkowski to death, claiming it was revenge for years of sexual abuse. Detectives noted how casually he spoke about the killing, describing the attack with detached precision. He told them it had to be done, but what came next stunned investigators. Sean admitted that he was also responsible for the 4 bodies found in the pickup truck in Albuquerque.
I put the pistol behind her head, and I pulled the trigger.
How long between the time that you shoot Jennifer, that you shoot Justin?
It was at least a week. Took a while.
How did you get him to come over?
I was baiting him as if I was Jennifer on the phone.
So you thought you was to meet Jennifer?
Yeah. Finally, that kid comes over, William or Matthew, whatever the fuck his name is. Comes over with Felicity, his girlfriend. She looked like she was like 12 years old. And I shouldn't hurt anyone, they don't have to. So he's like, they're looking for money for anything. I'm like, I'll give you a food card. They like, just take like $40. And I was like, all I need is later in the week, give me a ride to get some water. I'm not gonna let her go no water. So one of those times he came back, he didn't have Felicity. And that's when I shot him in the back of the head. I shot him in the garage. So he was walking, he was in front of me, he was looking at some of the fine china, he wanted to hawk it or something, heading back in towards the house. Kids were in the far back bedroom, when the door was locked anyway, we took a sort of barricade, just with all the moving stuff so that they couldn't come out. He didn't know it was coming. Put it up to the back of his head, pulled the trigger. It's disgusting. Again. Fell right there on the floor. I stepped over, walked, checked the kids. Took him like another day or two to figure out how to put him in something. It's pretty fucking disgusting. Finally got all 3 of the bodies outside the house, in the yard. Take them out the back. Make the slider door around the backside. And put them underneath this tree, and I put like the grill and all that stuff, blockading them in. Because we still lived in the house, cleaned up what I could. All the while the landlord was in and out, constantly checking the house. Another variable.
He described killing his ex-wife Jennifer, then luring Justin Mata and Matthew Miller to his house and murdering them one after the other. He explained how he dismembered their bodies, packed them in plastic bins, and stored them in the garage. When he contacted Randall Apostolon to help move the bins, he killed him too after Randall refused to assist.
And then, as I pack up the stuff, I'd take stuff to use one of my friend's trucks, take it to storage, put the kids in the front seats with me, and then pick up at the storage containers. Took them, not those storage containers, they were outside the house, the actual stuff. took them to storage until the house was pretty much empty. At some point he brought me the boxes, I put them in the back. I couldn't come up with enough money to rent the vehicle, so he was going to take the truck back, so I found somewhere else for the boxes to be in storage containers. I was going to hold them for $150. He wanted another $300 once we got to his place. I don't have another $300.
The other guy or Miguel?
No, Randy wanted another $300 to hold the boxes. So I didn't have $300. So he's like, well, I'm going to drop you back off. So we left his place, came back to the Pearl. The box was still in the back. Pulled in right there. We got in a fight. I killed him in the front seat. He was in the driver's seat. I hit him 2 or 3 times with my hands. Flipped the key to the off position. And I proceeded to daytime, the same day I got picked up. People, no one happened to see anything. At some point my hand got sore, I hit him with a hammer. Blood was splattered. No one came around. I literally got out, cleaned the windows, put something over them, flipped them to the drivers, from the drivers to the passenger. It's pretty fucking disgusting. Huge puddle on me at the truck coming out the side door. I tried to clean that up too.
The room fell silent when Sean paused before continuing. With a slight smirk, he told detectives, "That's not all. I've killed 16 people." His confession sent chills down the spines of every investigator in the room. He wouldn't provide names or details for the other alleged victims, only saying most were in New Mexico. Law enforcement from New Mexico and New Jersey were immediately notified. Detectives flew to Missouri to conduct joint interviews, each hoping to extract more information about these possible additional murders. However, Sean remained vague, seemingly enjoying the attention his claims brought him. Some officers believed he was telling the truth, while others suspected he was fabricating numbers to appear more powerful than he was. After days of interviews and confessions, Sean was formally charged with 5 counts of murder, 4 in New Mexico and 1 in New Jersey. He waived his extradition rights and was first sent to New Jersey to face trial for Debkowski's murder. The prosecution argued that Sean had planned Debkowski's killing days in advance. They presented evidence of phone records showing Sean had contacted Debkowski to arrange a visit under the guise of reconnecting after years apart. Once inside the house, he attacked Debkowski with a blunt object, inflicting severe head trauma that resulted in immediate death. During the trial, Sean's defense team attempted to portray him as a victim of childhood sexual abuse, claiming his actions were triggered by unresolved trauma. However, prosecutors countered that there was no documented evidence or prior complaints indicating Debkowski had ever abused Sean or any other child. They emphasized that even if such abuse had occurred, premeditated murder was not justified. In December 2021, Sean was convicted of first-degree murder in New Jersey. The judge sentenced him to 35 years in prison without the possibility of parole, citing the exceptional cruelty of the crime and Sean's lack of remorse as aggravating factors. Once sentencing was completed in New Jersey, Sean was extradited to New Mexico to face trial for the 4 murders committed there. Given his previous confession and overwhelming forensic evidence, his defense team negotiated a plea agreement to avoid the death penalty. In New Mexico court, Sean pleaded guilty to 4 counts of second-degree murder for the killings of Jennifer Lannon, Justin Mata, Matthew Miller, and Randall Apostolon. He received 4 consecutive 15-year sentences, totaling 60 years in prison. Prosecutors stated they accepted the plea to ensure justice without putting the victims' families through painful trials. During sentencing, family members of the victims spoke directly to Sean, calling him a monster and telling him he would rot alone exactly where he belongs. Throughout both trials, Sean showed minimal emotion. He rarely looked at the families of his victims, and when he did, his expression remained empty. For investigators, this only reinforced their belief that they were dealing with a man devoid of empathy. With his trials concluded, Sean Lannon is now serving his time in a New Jersey prison, where he will remain for 35 years before being transferred to New Mexico to serve the additional 60 years. Effectively, he will spend the rest of his life behind bars with no possibility of release. Authorities continue to investigate Sean's claim that he killed 16 people. Detectives in New Mexico have reopened several cold cases to check for potential links. However, as of now, no additional victims have been confirmed. Some believe Sean exaggerated his body count to appear more notorious, while others think he might have hidden victims in the vast deserts of New Mexico, their bodies never to be found. What remains undeniable is the brutality and cold calculation with which he ended the lives of 5 innocent people. The case of Sean Lannon remains one of the most disturbing murder sprees in recent American history. His victims included friends, acquaintances, and his own ex-wife, murdered not in moments of impulse but through carefully planned and brutally executed acts. His chilling confessions, particularly his claim of having killed 16 people, continue to haunt law enforcement agencies today. What makes Sean's story so terrifying isn't just the number of lives he took. It's the casual way he described his crimes, showing no remorse, no regret, and no empathy for his victims or their families. As Sean Lannon spends the rest of his life behind bars, his case serves as a dark reminder that some monsters don't hide in shadows. They live among us, their rage simmering beneath calm smiles till the day they decide to unleash it. Thank you for staying with us through this chilling story. If you found this case as shocking as we did, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the darkest criminal minds in America. Drop a comment below. Do you believe Sean Lannon really killed 16 people? Or was it all part of his twisted attempt to maintain power even after his arrest?